Welcome to Royal Family Brief. The content of the briefing includes U.S. cricket, a history, George Washington, gangbangers and Olympic gold. I was sitting so far from the stage, I couldn't see the coronation concert, says King. Royal Palace's tickets slashed to just £1, but only if you're on benefits. Bob Catter to get down and dirty by entering mining game. You may never see us again. The Barkley brothers rise and fall. U.S. cricket, a history, George Washington, gangbangers and Olympic gold. The Sydney Morning Herald. Investment into cricket in the U.S. is increasing, with the country hosting the T20 World Cup in 2024 and the Olympics in 2028. The American arm of the sport has recently received hundreds of millions of dollars of investment, driven by interest from subcontinental television companies and the creation of Major League Cricket. The latter is a new 6-team 2020 competition, with 4 franchises owned by Indian Premier League teams. The highest-paid players in the competition have already found fame and fortune in Bollywood and Silicon Valley. The competition has already been well received, with 2/3 of games at a venue in Dallas sold out. In addition to the financial success of Major League Cricket, the expansion of the sport in the U.S. has given rise to feel-good stories, such as the Compton Cricket Club, whose players were initially recruited from a Los Angeles homeless shelter. The club has toured England, Ireland and Australia. I was sitting so far from the stage, I couldn't see the coronation concert, says King. Telegraph. King Charles of Wales has admitted he was unable to see the stage at the coronation concert due to being seated so far away. The concert took place at Windsor Castle on May 7, the evening after the coronation. Despite his limited view, the king appeared to be enjoying himself and was pictured dancing and waving Union flags. Other guests at the reception included representatives from government, the church, policing, media, civil institutions, volunteers, musicians and support staff. Royal Palace's tickets slashed to just £1, but only if you're on benefits. Telegraph. Historic Royal Palaces, HRP, has introduced a £1 ticket scheme for people receiving benefits to improve access to the Tower of London, Hampton Court Palace, and Kensington Palace. The scheme was announced after a successful trial at Hampton Court Palace, and is available for visits from October 21 for those receiving universal credit and other benefits. The offer is aimed at making the sites more accessible, particularly for those facing pressure due to the rising cost of living. Buckingham Palace will also be more accessible this winter with a greatly expanded program of festive-themed tours. Bob Catter to get down and dirty by entering mining game. The Sydney Morning Herald. Australian politician Bob Catter has indicated that he intends to go into the mining business himself following the closure of Swiss multinational Glencore's large-scale copper operation in Mount Isa. Catter, the member for Kennedy, has updated his official register of interests to state that he will take up old mining tenements that he discovered prior to going into Parliament. You may never see us again. The Barkley brothers rise and fall. Financial Times. A new book by media journalist Jane Martinson, titled You May Never See Us Again, delves into the secretive world of the Barkley brothers, Frederick and David Barkley. The book provides a detailed account of their rise and fall over the past 70 years, from their humble beginnings in southwest London to their success in the property market and their acquisition of iconic assets such as the Ritz and the Telegraph. The book explores the brothers' business strategies, including their use of debt and offshore tax havens, as well as their relationships with high-ranking politicians and members of the British royal family. However, the book falls short in providing a comprehensive understanding of the twins' characters and motivations. The family's recent court cases and loss of control of the Telegraph are also highlighted in the book, bringing their private lives into the public eye. Overall, You May Never See Us Again sheds some light on the mysterious world of the Barkley brothers but leaves readers questioning their true nature and the extent of their wealth. Online debate often descends into rancor and acrimony, says King. The Independent. King Charles has called for understanding and warned against the dangers of heated online debate in a speech at Mansion House. The king urged the country to resist the temptation of turning into a shouty society and called for civilized debate both at home and overseas. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a sense of humor during tough times and warned about the threat of climate change. The king said that the devastating scenes of communities affected by climate change should be enough to persuade action. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the sixth dimension. Today, I bring you a mixed bag of news, ranging from cricket in the US to the royal family, from historic palaces to the mysterious Barkley brothers, and finally, a plea for civilized online debate from none other than King Charles. Let's start with cricket in the US. It seems like the sport of cricket is making its mark in the land of baseball and American football. With the upcoming T20 World Cup and Olympics, investment in cricket has been pouring in. Major League Cricket, a new 6-team 2020 competition, has attracted interest from subcontinental television companies and even Bollywood and Silicon Valley. The success of this league, along with heartwarming stories like the Compton Cricket Club, shows that cricket is not just a game but a force for social change. Speaking of the royal family, King Charles of Wales recently admitted to having a less than ideal view of the stage at the coronation concert. But that didn't stop him from partying, as he was spotted dancing and waving Union flags. It just goes to show that even kings have their fair share of less than perfect moments. In a move to improve accessibility, Historic Royal Palaces has introduced a £1 ticket scheme for people receiving benefits. This initiative aims to make sites like the Tower of London, Hampton Court Palace, and Kensington Palace more accessible to those facing financial challenges. It's a great opportunity for everyone, regardless of their economic circumstances, to experience the grandeur and history of these iconic palaces. Now, let's talk about the Barclay brothers, the secretive duo who have made a name for themselves in the media and property market. A new book, You May Never See Us Again, gives us a glimpse into their fascinating world. From their humble beginnings to their acquisition of iconic assets, the book explores their business strategies and relationships with high-ranking politicians and even the British royal family. However, it leaves us with more questions than answers about their true nature and the extent of their wealth. The Barclay brothers remain as mysterious as ever. Finally, King Charles has called for understanding and civilized debate in the ever-heated world of online discussions. He warns against turning into a shouty society and emphasizes the importance of maintaining a sense of humor, even in tough times. He also highlights the urgent need for action on climate change, as the devastating scenes caused by its effects should be enough to persuade us all. In conclusion, cricket is taking flight in the US, the royal family is full of surprises, accessibility to historic palaces is being improved, the Barclay brothers remain enigmatic, and King Charles reminds us to keep our online interactions civil and lighthearted. Now, it's time for you, my dear audience, to join the discussion. What are your thoughts on these news stories? Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.